The resolution assigned to my group is that ASL teachers should be deaf teachers. We are arguing against this resolution as we believe that ASL teachers can be both hearing and deaf. Our argument for this resolution is that hearing and CODA people, if in the right environments and surrounded by the deaf community from a young age, can have language fluency skills and understanding of the culture that allow them to be just as knowledgeable and capable of teaching ASL as deaf teachers. For our first point, we said that hearing children born to deaf parents can become fluent in ASL. One piece of evidence we have that supports this is that from a young age, CODAs, or children of deaf adults, are exposed to sign language as their primary mode of communication, which often becomes their first language. The deaf parents are often found using American Sign Language with their newborn, starting with baby signs. The hearing child learns speech later as speech therapists and family members which are hearing provide auditory and verbal support and training. Therefore, we believe that these children can learn ASL starting from a young age, and they can become interpreters from a young age to help their parents understand the hearing world, which in turn helps them better understand and get a grasp of deaf culture.
For point number 2, we said that only a small percentage of the deaf community are native ASL users. And one piece of evidence that we have for that is that the deaf community is unusual, that only 5% to 10% of the community are native users of ASL, as only this small percentage is born to deaf ASL using parents. And we got this from Singleton and Title 2000. Because of this, it is hard for people to find deaf teachers in every area to teach ASL, because some of the deaf community is also made part of hearing teachers. And those who are hearing qualified wouldn't be given an opportunity to help teach needed courses because people wouldn't think that they are part of the deaf community because they are able to hear.
So for point 3, we said that growing up with deaf parents as a hearing child exposes one to deaf culture from a very young age. So in an article titled Hearing Children of Deaf Parents, it touches on a few points in regards to this. So the first point would be that CODA inherently incorporate the ambiguity of being culturally deaf. The second thing they touch on is that CODAs have an ongoing connection with the deaf community from a young age until adulthood. Another one is that they often share views, experiences, and suffering emotionally with the deaf community, interpreting for their parents, in schools, and just really understanding what it means to be deaf in a household, understand the struggles that come with being deaf. So the last thing also is they just face unique communication and cultural challenges, oftentimes learning ASL and English at the same time in the household, which honestly gives them an advantage while teaching ASL to students in a classroom because they understand these cultural challenges and experiences, and they can apply that to the classroom when trying to educate their students about deaf culture.
So point 4 talks about how having multiple perspectives and backgrounds in ASL can be beneficial for the deaf community. In a journal article published in 1999 by Jimenez, Sanchez, and Anita, they talked about how hearing and deaf teachers' professional growth when working alongside each other increased. They have said that when working with each other, they're constantly learning from one another on a daily basis. One of the most visible benefits was the access children had to all communication forms in the classroom because of the use of ASL by both deaf and hearing teachers. Therefore, hearing teachers are actively helping to further the deaf community by teaching ASL, because having hearing ASL teachers helps immerse individuals into a more inclusive environment where differences are valued and respected, which can empower a person as they grow and develop when they reach the real world.